Okay. So welcome everybody. Thank you for your patience. So we are here at the beginning of Operation Deep Blue Legacy, and welcome. The divers just came back from a few days out. It's the first part of the mission. Then in a few days they will go out again, weather allowed. And we have here, as you can see, 3 channels. We are here from LTCs. We have connected also Ghost Diving, and then we have SDSS. Welcome everybody. We have Mario with SDSS. We have Pascal and Ben from Ghost Diving. And here I have some friends which we will soon meet with me, but you can see them. They're waiting and waving. So we wanted to really do this live outside in the sea, but that was not possible for the connection. So we're here on land. So Operation Deep Blue Legacy is an operation in high seas that lasts many days. And we are cleaning up shipwrecks from the Second World War. And we are together because LTC is together with DWS organized this operation, and we have all the divers from Ghost Diving, the volunteer divers, helping us to clean the ghost nets from the shipwrecks. And then we have Mario with SDSS for all the historical parts. So today in this little live, we are going to try to touch all these elements. Bear with us because it's a lot of us. We want to give voice to everybody. So first of all, Pascal, can you help me do a little summary of the first days of this mission and what happened?
Well, we went out for 2 days, 2 days of diving, 2 dives a day to 2 different wrecks. And we recovered quite some nets. First, we did survey on each wreck, and then the removal mission. And yeah, it was pretty successful. The first wreck was great visibility. The second wreck was no visibility. But okay, you know, this is not something you can predict easily. So yeah, we have to adapt.
So Ben, maybe back to you. How was this first day? How is life on board? And also if you can share why you personally joined.
For me, when I was personally joining, is because yeah, I care a lot about the underwater environment and all the environment. And with this kind of missions, we go somewhere where marine life is still amazing, and it's still be fish there, like you never see in any other place on the Mediterranean. At least I did not see it yet because there's so much to explore. But yeah, I think we have a story to tell, to preserve and to protect the environment there. And we are going on a place where not many people are going. So yeah, this is an opportunity for us to go there and to see and to document it, to research some stuff and report it to the people and to everyone.
You say there is much to explore, and I think we have the right person to ask about exploration of historical shipwreck. Mario, to you, can you introduce a little bit, especially the shipwreck of Lupo and the Battle of the Convoy?
Yeah, sure. So yeah, most of the shipwrecks that we are finding here in the Central Mediterranean belongs to the Battle of the Convoys of World War II, which has been a very long battle. It lasted for 3 years and caused the sinking of many ships, a good number of which are diveable nowadays, to reach. This year we decided to focus in particular on this warship, small warship that was the Lupo, the torpedo Lupo. It's a ship that kind of a special story that was sunk in dramatic fighting, let's say, at the end of her story. Yeah.
Exactly, that is a good connection to give my phone to Henning to explain a little bit about the problem of ghost nets. on an historical shipwrecks. Henning, can you tell us a little bit about, first of all, why shipwrecks are attracting so many ghost nets, and what happened with the ghost nets there?
Yes, sure. Thank you. Well, shipwrecks act as an artificial reef, so they attract a lot of fishes, small fishes that like to hide there and feed with the possibility of hiding from predators. This for sure attracts bigger predators that like to feed from those smaller fishes. So what we found there on shipwrecks are really hotspots and biodiversity and abundance of a lot of species. And this for sure attracts fishermen because, well, they like to fish where there's the most fishes. And this is problematic because those fish nets easily get entangled on those shipwrecks. This is why we found a lot of nets on the wrecks we visited, with all downsides because those lost ghost nets pollute with microplastic and still fish when they're entangled on the wrecks.
Good. Very, very useful to know. And just to understand that the boat, as Mario mentioned, is really covered with this net, many, many layers of net. So this is the situation. Pascal, what does it mean to dive in a place like this and to run this operation to collect these nets from the shipwreck? How do you keep safety during the diving?
Well, besides the very good fundamental training we all have as technical divers, we have standard operating procedures for ghost diving, where everybody is working according to those procedures. And it's it is team diving, so we are very busy with each other. And that is good. It also showed in the last dive we did on the Lupo that is really needed and necessary because the visibility was like almost zero. I imagine that we are then start to work on nets which are already there for decades, then the visibility is even getting worse as far as that is possible. And the complication with Lupo, as Mario already mentioned, is that during the years, Lupo is not only packed by nets, but packed by several nets, like dozens of nets. It's just that it's layer over layer. So starting with one net, and then you lift it, and another net is popping under it. It's just very complicated to get those nets from the shipwrecks. So yes, safety is for us trusting on our procedures and our skills and our training.
And Henning, explain a little bit what is the impact of the nets on marine life. Mario, can you tell us a little bit more about what is the impact on an historical shipwreck that has been there for a long time and is already attacked by the simply effect to be there? What happens and why it is so important to remove these nets?
Well, unfortunately, it's not a good impact in the sense that when a ship is caught in, a net is caught in a shipwreck, the fishermen on top try to do anything for recovering it, for freeing it from the wreck. And they do this pulling with the engine, it's full power in different direction to try to rip it out from the wreck. And then in doing so, of course, they damage the structure of the ship. So a lot of the damages that we find on the shipwreck, so many of the damages are caused by this type of situation in action. It's important to take it off, or it's positive to take it off just to uncover details of the shipwrecks, to clean it up a bit. Some net is also spectacular to see in some cases, but in most cases they don't belong to that structure. So it's better to take it off, and of course the
thank you so much, everybody, for this background information. I would like to now go a little bit to the mission and what life on board is, if you can all share a little bit. So I'm going to give the word to Hans to share a little bit of how life on board and how this mission takes place, what it means to live together on a small fishing boat, and maybe share some memory from these first days.
Well, life on board is like being on with a group of friends. The boat is made for fishing, and it's not a luxury yacht with cabins and hot showers and everything. So yeah, being on board means that we have to work together. We sleep at the same place together on top of the deck, and that means that you only can do this when you are on a good relationship. It's like a brotherhood. We share the same passion in diving. We share the same passion in keeping the environment safe. We have the interest in historical shipwrecks, and so that makes it doable. We have to move around and remove your gear just to that we can eat at a certain place. And so it makes it very special, and it is a boundary for life.
But continuing on the life on board, I want to give the word to the stage to Dirk. And I want him to share a little bit about life on board still from his point of view, but also Dirk is our official photographer underwater. So I also want to ask him what does it mean to try to tell the story of this historical shipwrecks and this operation underwater in a visual way.
Hi there. Yeah, first a little bit about life on board. As Hans already pointed out very, very vividly, life on board is, well, it's a bit cramped, and it's nice actually because we're together there. We have all our memories together. What is very special to me is that we drive overnight, and so overnight we take turns, we take shifts on the wheel and look out for other ships. And just this 1 hour, 1.5 hours we spent there at the night, it's just fantastic. I mean, you're awake, you look up, you see stars above you, it's all open sea, it's free, this is pure freedom and pure actually luck to be able to witness this. Coming to the question about the photography and how to visualize these shipwrecks, tendentially speaking, a shipwreck in the first place is just a pile of old metal. It's nothing more. You need to know the story. And this is where Mario comes in place, this Mario there, Mario Arena, because he researched so much, he knows so much about the history of it. And just sitting there on the ship on any given moment at the breakfast, having a coffee, and teasing Mario somehow to release something of his knowledge is unbelievable. So then it comes out, and he tells us the story. And now, in that very moment, to us, this piece of metal down there comes to a certain life. And then it's a wreck, then it is inherited. And then it's a time capsule, because now we go down there and we visit this very moment when these people went down with the ship. So this is what I try to visualize a little bit, the moment of what happened there, and also what's the impact of the nets, which came later in time. There, how I do it? Well, I just use the shutter and press it once in a while, and try to have everyone in the right position, and try to have a bit of light there, and then I hope it works.
Thank you, everybody. So I hope you enjoyed this first conversation. Thank you for all the comments that I can see and all the hearts and then waving. I'm guessing maybe somebody has some question. Maybe I can see them. Let me know if you have some question. I have one last one for Henning, because we are diving in an area that is quite important in the Mediterranean. So I know there is a lot of science behind and maybe difficult to summarize, but I know he can do that. So I'm going to ask him to share a little bit about why this area is so important from the environmental standpoint and what are the main threats that are involved.
Yes, well, the area we've been, the Gulf of Gabes, it's a hotspot in biodiversity for the Mediterranean. And this is because there's a lot of primary production going on in this area, which means phytoplankton is built there, which is the beginning of the food chain. This is why we find a lot of endangered species there, and it's really unique for the Mediterranean. But unfortunately, this area is in real danger. It's threatened by multiple reasons. First of all, it's the climate change we're facing. Sea temperature is rising, which is problematic for a lot of species. Then this area, because of its richness in biodiversity and abundance of species, it's threatened by fishery, by overfishing, and a lot of ghost nets get entangled there. We have a study, a brand new study this year, claiming that approximately 900 nets are lost there per year just from the Tunisian site, and other nationalities are fishing there as well. Then we have the problem of pollution. Well, did I forget something? I think.
Invasive species.
Yeah, invasive species is another threat, like the lionfish and the blue crab, that are problematic for species that are there.
And Henning, what did you see when you dive in terms of animals?
Oh yeah, luckily we found a really intact ecosystem at the wrecks. It was really fantastic to see, and well, I dove a lot of wrecks in other countries in the Mediterranean, in Italian mainland, Croatia, Greece, and you rarely find this richness in species and fishes, what we facing in our area here, which is really fantastic. So it should not be too late for saving the environment, but it's a close call, I would say. It's an alarming situation.
Thank you, everybody. So I'm hoping that we gave you a little bit of a sense of what this operation is about. We put together history, we put together the environment, and we put together the excitement of exploration and of a mission in high seas. Last question for me is for Pascal. And what is your expectation for the next days? What are you doing? What is happening?
Well, first of all, we have to look at the weather. At this moment, it's pretty windy. So if we can go and when we can go, probably we will go back to both racks. There is in both racks a lot to do. So we will focus on both the oil tanker and the Lupo. And probably some net removal again, because there's still, of course, like I mentioned before, the racks are both packed. And Henning can do some more research, and Mario will also effort to go further with the identification of certain aspects of the wreck. Both wrecks are now known, the names are known, but it's just, we are looking for more for artifacts we can now reach by removing the nets. So.
Okay. Thank you so much. I have to thank you all our partners, of course, CWS, SDSS, Ghost Diving. Also, thank you to Isa for being in the backstage, going around all of us. And so thank you, everybody. And if you have any question, please write on our social media, connect with our social media. Thank you for all your comments. Stay tuned, because we will share a lot of photography video from all our volunteers and from Perk, of course. And also we are making a nice longer video, so you will be able to follow the whole story. So thank you, everybody, for connecting today. You can always see this later on. Thank you for all my guests. And I hope you have a great rest of the mission. Bye, guys.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.